Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today is another giveaway. It's another giveaway. It is Sunday. We are doing a giveaway for, I think we have 4 more giveaways left this year. 3 more? 4 more. It's got to be 4 more, right? I need to look at my calendar and actually get organized. So, giveaways every Wednesday. If you follow us on Facebook, if you follow us on Instagram, we're going to throw up a post. All you got to do is like, follow, share, do that whole shebang, and you get an entry into our weekly giveaway. If you share the post, you get 5 entries, and I think this week we did a stipulation that if you dress up like a dinosaur and video yourself explaining why you need the thing we're giving away, you get an extra 20 entries. Best thing is that those entries are cumulative. So if you enter now, then you were automatically entered into every single week. All that really means is that I just keep all of the entries in a little cup jar thingy and then pull them out one at a time. Okay, so this week the giveaway is... Okay, yeah, you can see that on both the camera angles. Check that out. This is handmade by yours truly. I really don't want to give it away, but I figure I can make another one if I really miss it, so maybe I will. It really just depends on how motivated I am. I am an amateur woodworker as a hobby, and so occasionally I'll make something that I feel like is worth putting into the hands of other people. Occasionally. Usually I don't, being an amateur. But this is something that I'm relatively proud of. It's been functional. The design is not terrible. There's only a couple of things that I see and get a little bit frustrated with myself about, but I'm sure that in the right hands it will be treated to a loving home. So thank you so much to all of you who entered this week. This is your prize, and I will be announcing the winner at the end of this video, so stick around for that. Let's see, where can I put this that it's on display? That works. That works. In other news, we have the decent espresso machine back. So today I'm going to pull an espresso. I'm going to show you how I do that, my process for making espressos. We're going to get into a little bit of the reasoning behind it, but I'm going to try not to bore you too much. And then after that, we'll do our drawing, and whoever the lucky winner is, all you got to do is send me your address, and I will ship this bad boy out to you. All right. Should I announce what we're giving away next week so that you can use... Yeah, I'll do that too. Okay. So first, getting into espresso. Hopefully you can see my whole setup here. If you look down at the bottom there, yeah. Okay, so you can see that second camera angle that is showing my setup, what I have going on here. So the first things first, we have to measure out our coffee. So I'm going to put that on my scale. Bam, 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 bam. Don't let me make noises. Today I'm going to be brewing. I am saving the last little bit of this month's featured coffee for in a couple of days so that I can do a final review on it and wish them well. Again, Finca San Victor. Bam, Finca San Victor. Go check out Tiny House Coffee Roasters. They do some amazing stuff. Visiting their warehouse was honestly, like their production warehouse, was one of my favorite things in the past several months. It was so cool to go and check out all of the different projects that they're working on. And the owner, Blake, is just amazing. He interacts with all of his employees and has all these cool projects. He's laid back but still focused. He's knowledgeable but not pretentious. Just a great mixture. Love the company. Can't wait to see what other cool stuff they're pumping out. They one of the coolest things that they're working on these days is those, those wine boxes that you buy when you're feeling like a wino or whatever. You get 3 liters of wine in a bag, in a box. Well, they do that with cold brew, which is a much healthier alternative, in my opinion, to have a box of cold brew sitting in your fridge. So you can just tap into that whenever you want. So go check out Tiny House Coffee Roasters. That's the plug for them. The next little plug, and this is not a sponsored plug. I don't work with these guys. I was gifted this by Decent Espresso, and it is Say Coffee. One of the, let's see, where did that box go? No, can't find it. Oh well. So Say Coffee apparently it's not a company that I had heard of before, but apparently it's the new up and comer in Brooklyn area. And one of the things that I really like about what they do is that on their little box on their card, they list off the prices that they have paid, that gets paid to the farmer, that gets paid to the distributor, that gets paid to the importer-exporter, that gets paid to the logistics person to deliver the coffee to their door, so that we as consumers have insight into the total amount of cost that is going into sourcing and roasting and producing and growing high-quality coffee. Because it's not what you'd expect. Commodity grade coffee, super cheap. That's why it's commodity grade. That's why it's moldy. That's why it's bug infested. That's why it's underripe, overripe, and that is why it is burnt on purpose to cover up those defects. And like that's where a lot of people get the misconception of, hey, there's huge margins in coffee. Really, there's not if you're doing quality stuff. If you're in it for the craft, if you're enjoying the process, if you're trying to create a sustainable business that helps support these farmers, at the end of the rope on the brewer's side of things, it's not as good as many people think. So I really appreciate the fact that Say Coffee guys are being transparent about that and sharing that information with us. Okay, back to, wait, don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. Back to the brew along process. So now, I'm gonna weigh out our coffee and we're gonna do 19 or so grams of whole bean coffee. That's what I'm gonna weigh out. Because I found that with this grinder, it retains about half a gram, and I want to land on 19 grams. So I've got 19.6 right there, so that's perfect. And this coffee is it's interesting. It's like super light. It's very like Nordic roast, and let's grind it. So it's super light, it's very flavorful, and if I weren't on the Decent Espresso machine, I would have a hard time dialing it in for espresso. But I think I'm pretty happy with where we've got it right now. So we've got that 19 grams into an 18 gram filter basket. Where is my portafilter? There you are. Set that on top there. Ring the bell. Shake it up. And usually, so one of the cool flavor notes that I found in this particular coffee is it's got this like spiciness, like chili peppers. And usually that's a negative thing because it comes with this like vegetal taste to it that is a signal of underdevelopment during the roast. But for this coffee, that's not present. I just get that reminiscent of like just a hint of spiciness that reminds me of like fresh chili peppers. And the fact that there's no vegetal taste accompanying that is kind of mind-blowing to me. All right, okay, so yeah, talking about everything that I'm doing, hopefully you're watching on this little screen down below. I just used the leveler to level everything out. And honestly, at this point, I could stop. I could be done there. This leveler I've set to a certain depth that compresses the coffee enough that I don't really need to worry about tamping. But I am gonna go ahead and tamp just for the show of it. So we're gonna set lightly the tamper on there. We're gonna get our elbow at a 90-degree angle. Gonna kind of feel around the edges to make sure that everything is level. And we're going to gently press down. Now this is a spring calibrated tamper, so it's helping me with that pressure, but you really don't want to press too hard. Okay, so then after I've pressed down, I leave it in there and I feel around the edges again to make sure that it's level. Having a level bed of coffee is way more important than the amount of pressure you use on your tamp. How the water, when it hits that bed of coffee and how it interacts with it, is mostly dependent on like, is it a level surface or is it like a slanted surface? Where is the coffee getting saturated and extracted from first? Ideally, you want it to happen all throughout the entire puck at the same time. And all of that is dependent, like getting that right is dependent on your puck prep. Okay, so I'm gonna lock it in. Hopefully you can see that. That's what this little portafilter here is. This is the handle and a cup. I forgot a cup. Do I have a cup? No, I have a cup. All right, we're gonna turn on the scale. I do not have my Bluetooth scale connected yet. Got the machine back like 2 days ago, and I am so excited to have it on. Okay, so this is the screen that controls the Decent Espresso machine, and it has all the cool graphs, and this is a custom-built dashboard made by one of the Decent users. The user form is probably, I was about to make an exaggerated statement there. It is one of the best things about the Decent Espresso company, about the brand. They have not only this amazing machine that is far superior to any other espresso machine, but they also have this very, very active community that's helpful, and like they explore things together and they create all these kinds of add-ons, aftermarket products that you can add to it, specific brand. Like there's one guy who makes just a stand for a specific brand of scale. Super cool. And then of course there's the programmer side of things where there's a guy who's like, hey, I'm going to make a better dashboard that gives me more data and gives me the data that I want. Anyways, let's go ahead and start. All right, so we're going to watch this graph, and the main things on this graph that we are watching out for. Right now it's ramping up, it's getting the water heated. You can hear that kind of, and the water is flowing through the heater. And once the graph clicks, that's when we start pre-infusion. So it's entering water into the portafilter puck there. And then as that pressure ramps up, that's showing us, okay, hey, that puck is getting saturated. And then once it ramps up to a certain pressure, you see that vertical line there, it cuts to the next phase. And the next phase is where it drops down the flow of the water. So it's increasing the water amount less and increasing the pressure a lot more, mostly due to the fact that the water is saturated in that puck and it's ready to go. And then as the coffee comes out, I'm watching the stream down here to make sure that everything's good, looks good to me. I'm watching the weight. And then we have the red line, that's the temperature right there, making sure that that's even and standard throughout. And let's go ahead and stop. Perfect, 41.4 grams. All right. So that is going to be my coffee this morning. The next step, though, of course, is to use a refractometer. Wait. I'm doing this all wrong. I should do the giveaway now. I should do the giveaway now. Let's do the giveaway now. Okay. The moment. I don't want to give this away. The last second. My heartstrings are being pulled. This piece that I've put my life and my heart into. No, I got to give it away. If you love something, give it away. Who said that? Is that a song lyric? All right, let's see who wins today. Oh yes, and to make sure that I'm not cheating, we will hold it here. Chris Ramsey is the winner. She's won twice now already. Should I just take out all the names of people who've won? Or does that go against what I've been saying about being cumulative? Anyways, Chris, I'm going to ship you this. You will get it. Congratulations. All right, now that that's over with, feel free to stick around if you want to see the refractometer readings of the espresso. If not, hey, have a happy, wonderful Sunday. Stay caffeinated. I'm going to get into that refractometer stuff. Oh, no, I totally need to announce, for those of you who are still here, still watching, I'm going to announce what we have on the docket for next week. All right, we have 3 of these left. This is a custom-made tumbler, Tespresso branded. I think they're gorgeous. They turned out amazing. Shout out to Noelle over at Noelle's Southern Creations. She made these for me. And we had, I think, like 100 of them made last year. And then we now have only 3 left. There's only 3 left. So next week we're giving away at least 1 of them, maybe 2 if I'm feeling generous. Which I'm generally feeling very generous around the holidays. Detriment to myself, but hey, I enjoy making people happy. And I enjoy getting people amazing coffee. So this is what we're giving away next week. Stay tuned for Wednesday's post so that you can get your entry in. And then, of course, next Sunday when we do the live brew along giveaway thing, we'll be ready for that. All right? Oh, and just so you know, this is what you want if you're doing a commute. It's like one of the standard like Yeti or Arctic or whatever little tumblers. And my wife uses 3 of them consecutively. She like washes them. Anyways, she has like a 45-minute commute, and this is the only thing that saves her. She pours her coffee in the morning, gets in her commute, and it's still piping hot by the time she gets to work. That would not be the case if she were using anything else. Like even this double-walled glass has a huge opening at the top. Not going to work. Although I do love this glass. Maybe I should do a giveaway of these. It smells amazing. Oh. Okay. Finally, on to the refractometer stuff. And if you're not a science nerd geeking out, feel free to tap out. All right, so as always, we are going to wipe this down with an alcohol pad. Keep that around because we'll need it here in a second. Going to grab a pipette. Going to mix the solution by pumping it a couple of times with this little pipette. And just get a little bit of it, squirt it into here so that we can get the temperature down. Look at how thick and creamy that is. Do you see that? That's like 3 drops and it's just coating it's delicious. Okay, and we're gonna take the cooled down solution. We're gonna place, let's see, can you even see? You cannot see the refractometer right now. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to place 3 to 5 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. 3 to 5 drops in there. We're going to close that up. We're going to turn it on. It's going to give us a reading. What is the reading that we're getting? 10.07. Now we're going to hold read, and it's going to give us the average of 15 readings. Okay. And in the meantime, while it's doing those readings, I'm going to take notes in my notepad. And eventually when I get around to it, I'm really bad about this, but hey, there is a spreadsheet available of every roast or every brew that I make every day, along with all of the data that I'm brewing it with. So I'll list the roaster, the day that I brewed it, the dose, like how many grams I'm putting in, the yield, how many grams I'm pulling out, or how much water I'm putting in the case of a V60. I've recently started measuring both the water in and the yield on a V60. Then we'll do the grind size, if applicable, for a stepped grinder like this one, not for a stepless grinder like this one though. I actually recently realigned this grinder and the dial is completely off. So even if I told you a number, it would be completely wrong. Then we have the temperature of the water, if applicable. Again, if I'm doing pour over or something like that, I will use the Fellow EKG kettle to measure out the temperature of the water, get that set. And then most importantly, oh no, did I? Okay, let me turn this back on. It turns off by itself, and that's just like one of the most annoying things. Okay, it's gone. And then of course we'll do like the time for the brew and then the actual extraction rate. So I'm going to write down the percentage here that I get from this reading, and then we'll do some calculations on the spreadsheet, and it'll tell us what is the extraction rate of that particular coffee. And then, yeah, so there's that data. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Right now I'm just collecting all of it. It's something that I have been out of the habit of doing, and I want to get back into, logging all of my brews so that I can improve certain things and I can remember certain things. I tend to switch coffees every couple of days, and that's not conducive to consistently improving and changing the brew recipe and things like that. It's like I've got this hubris about my ability to dial in on something by taste alone. I need some kind of data input as well to really get it right and to improve myself. Do not be a confident ass. Am I allowed to say that on live? That's me. Oh, that's 10.72. Okay. All right. Okay. Rather than waste your time with all that, I remember all the other variables. The very last thing that we do with the refractometer is clean off that screen. So what I do is I take this little alcohol pad, I put one corner in to kind of soak up most of it, and then I use the other corner to actually wipe it down and get it clean. There you have it. Now we have that reading. Now we're good to go. All right. Once again, congratulations, Chris Ramsey. I will ship this out to you. Ship this bad boy out to you. If you guys want me to make more, like if you like these and you want more of them, and you want me to make them for sale, please let me know. Right now, that's the only thing, like that would motivate me. That would make me go make a bunch more. Right now, I'm just like, like it was kind of useful. It was kind of fun. It looks pretty cool. I like it for display, but do I really want to spend more time making them? And I just don't have that motivation. Even if you just give me some words of encouragement, if you think I should be making these as an amateur hobbyist woodworker. I'm sure I'd get better, make some templates, improve, get some better woods, Anyways, have a wonderful day. Stay caffeinated, my friends, and I will catch y'all next time.